Hey, welcome back to the Daily Buzz, quarter past the hour. People all over the world fired up, of course, about Gossip Girl? No, Caylee Anthony. Caylee Anthony, the big not guilty verdict handed down yesterday. None of the three biggies was she convicted of. Only the lying to the cops.
Yep.
Casey's parents, as you're seeing, first to leave the courtroom after she was acquitted of first-degree murder. They released a statement.
Yeah, they did. Here's through their lawyer, actually. They said, while the family may never know what has happened to Caylee Marie Anthony, they now have closure for this chapter of their life. They will now begin a long process of rebuilding their lives. You got to feel for those people, that entire family.
Yeah, I mean, to some degree, although, I mean, I think that clearly a high level of family dysfunction is at the root of this whole drama.
And they played it out in front of the cameras willingly, too.
Yes.
They're not innocent in all of this
as
far as playing up to the media.
No.
It was surprising, though, to see them leave the courtroom early, but there was a huge gasp when that verdict came down as far as being not guilty on those three charges. I think everybody expected her to get something, maybe not first-degree murder, but as a lot of the pundits were saying, when you're in a trial like that, oftentimes the jurors have a kind of empathy for someone. If they spend a long period of time in that courtroom, they start to feel for them. And I think there was enough reasonable doubt for them to find her not guilty, however, maybe not innocent, but not guilty.
I think that's a great point, and I think that that empathy doesn't somehow, it did not translate through the television screens because most of America very upset about this. And the similarity, I think, with the OJ trial, in the OJ case, I mean, it was just so obvious that he was guilty. There was real evidence. There was no reasonable doubt. It just was, you know, to me, lawyer trickery that led to that. But in this case, there was much more reasonable doubt. But the similarity for me is that the whole nation watched these two cases, right? And we all, on shows like this, we joke about it, we talk about the cast of characters, all the periphery, right? And then when the judgment's handed down, the not guilty, all of a sudden you're just this rush of bringing you back to, wait a minute, people are dead and justice hasn't been served. And then you get back to the raw emotion. You know, all the Judge Ito and the dancing Itos on Leno, back to that, and in this case, all the cast of characters, it goes away in that instant where you go, oh, wait a minute, that's right, there's a dead little girl who, you know, is not going to be served with justice.
There's this huge social media spotlight, too, on top of it, which is completely different than the O.J. Simpson case. So you've got so many more people invested in the emotional part of this trial and the verdict. My question is, where does she go now? Because she could be very well out of jail by tomorrow. I certainly don't think she can go home, and a lot of people think she'd be safer behind bars at this point.
Right. Closure for the Anthonys, closure for you. How and when wherever will you find it?